So you guys just mostly do peacekeeping stuff. So like you were saying, you would go to dinners and stuff.
We go to dinners, different meetings. We attend like community council meetings, governmental meetings, those types of things. They call them in Afghanistan. They're called shuras. So they're little groups of leaders in the area get together. So you attend those meetings. So you can answer questions or explain, why we do certain operations. Or try and work with people. Really, truly, what ties a lot of things what we do is being able to provide security, but it's a two-way street. So you've got to be able to get their help to provide security, plus also we provide security in that area, and then the development piece is really important. So communication infrastructure, roads, those kind of things. Ability to add cell phones, right? Computer, those kind of issues, even out in rural areas, really help a lot because it's information is really what changes people's mind. So they have to have access to the information. Otherwise, they'll only hear one side what the enemy wants them to hear. And so we base almost everything that we tell people, it's truthful information. Well, the other side isn't morally tied to that, so they lie about the kind of things that we'll do. We won't lie and stuff. We'll be gone tomorrow, and then what are they going to do? So there's a lot of pressure on the other side. Plus, we offer people something, and we either give it to them or we don't give it to them. The other side offers people something, and if they don't take them up on it, they kill their family. Or they cut hands off. They throw acid into their faces to keep them from going to school. But at some point, those actions that we watch, they turn against the people. So that works for a while. Like the roadside bombs. The enemy will tell them it's our fault that people get killed by the roadside bombs because if the U.S. wasn't there, the United States didn't have soldiers there, then they wouldn't be fighting against us and no one else would get killed. But after the bombs kill a lot of innocent people, that's not the United States planting the bombs, it's the enemy. Eventually people start turning against the enemy. But the cost of that is really terrible because it's children, husbands, wives. It's just sad.
So, what's it like? So, how long were your tours over there?
10 months to a year is usually when you're in the country. Some people 15 months.
So, like, what's it like transitioning back to here?
Probably since I'm in the reserves, right, and I already have, my network and support structure is a civilian family already. Like, we don't live on base and we're not totally engulfed in the military all the time. And I've got a good steady job in the state of California. It's a pretty easy transition back. But there's still some things, your family does things while you're gone. They do things a certain way that maybe you don't know about. So just how the household is run, how my wife does things, who pays the bills, or places they go and do things. So when you come back, you gotta be really flexible and know that I'm now coming into how they run the household. So it's okay. And then you come back to work and it's an easy transition back to work, but you've been gone for a year. So maybe promotions are coming up. The fact that I was gone for a year, even though it's not supposed to affect that, does affect it. Or there's new co-workers and policies change. Probably one of the biggest areas for most of the people I know coming back is financial. Because it actually, the government pays pretty well to be overseas. So when you come back, like I take a 50% pay cut when I come back to work. So it's nice while you're gone. When we come back. But the overall transition is really good. People are very supportive. Just everybody you meet on the street, people at work.
It was in Southern California, right?
Southern California or up here. So I'm living, I own a home in Elk Grove. Sacramento is my family is. But I'm working right now for the state of Southern California. So I drive back and forth every other weekend. So everywhere you go, people are very supportive. We haven't found any place where people really aren't supportive of individual soldiers. Not everybody's really supportive of the war, right?
But like, you never find them like saying rude things to you.
No, you don't. You really don't. And that's different than historically what happened in Vietnam. So people coming back. So the other issue though is when you come back is you try and maintain the friendships that you have. It's a support network because there is a very high incidence of stress and suicide among soldiers and stuff coming back, even in the reserve. They're really high. I mean, numbers are between 100 and 200 a year. feel isolated.
Do you like, know anybody that has gone through that?
We've had, yeah. So people that we worked with. I was in the position of first sergeant before, which means I'm really kind of the admin support person in charge of like 80 guys and gals. And so from after Iraq, when we came back, we've had a couple of people really have some hard times. So when we go and meet them and go find a counselor, we take them to the counselor, maybe the Veterans Administration or otherwise. Some are just really traumatized. And not necessarily the younger group, sometimes it's even the elder group. Maybe what they saw or just the stress of being away so long over repeated periods of time.
Yeah.
But other people are really well adjusted, doesn't seem to affect them.
He wants to get a non-op on it.
So your specific job is just going out and like, you know, establishing the communication.
It's a mix. We have my specific job is in charge of those teams that go out.
Okay.
And then also at the same time I'm the advisor to like the infantry commanders, the higher levels. Hey, how do we? What we say is, all right, we want people to come out and vote.
Yeah.
How do we get people's support behind the voting process? At the same time, we're not allowed to interfere with the voting process.
Yeah.
So how do we develop? What lines of persuasion do we do? What's our theme? And then do we do TV, radio? It's almost like marketing. How do we develop marketing campaigns
Yeah.
to get populations or the enemy where we're at to do what we want them to do? Using all truthful information. You can't lie to them like the other side. So it's really go out a lot, but really in charge of the teams to do that, train the teams to do that, and then develop the programming, the media, the marketing campaigns to do that.
And what kind of soda are you drinking?
So how did you get interested in being in the military?
Well, originally, like I said, I went to graduate high school here, and then went to American River College for a couple of years, and really wasn't doing that much in college, so I joined the Marine Corps looking for a trade, and did electronics
Yeah.
while I was in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And then I got out after my 4 years and went back to college.
Yeah.
So I have a degree in sociology with a Middle Eastern concentration. And 2 weeks after I graduated, that's when the first Gulf War happened.
Okay.
So a friend called me up and said, hey, are you interested in doing this?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
But we ended up, the war ended so quick we didn't get over there before it happened. So in the meantime, for the last 20 years, in the Army Reserve and psychological operations, I've been to Korea, Germany, just all over the place, exercises all over the United States, really, training and working hard to learn how to do what we do. And so in the meantime, you end up working with people from a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different cultures, which really works well with the sociology degree.
Yeah.
And then, 1995, Haiti came along, and we did that, and that was a lot of, it was life-changing for me, because that's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
And it's really, you'll be more familiar with it now because of the problems they had in the last year or so. So, but it's deathly poor, diseased, violent, drug running. So it's just spending time with people, working with the people. It changed my life because when I came back, they're all happy. It's just amazing how happy they are. And fate's just giving them a terrible luck. So, but it's all based on family. So when I came back from Haiti, that's when I found my wife already had 3 boys. We got married, had another one. So just, it's been good.
So you had joined at 18 or 20?
19.
19. So you went to high school here in Sacramento?
Yeah, Cordova High School.
Okay, so you lived. So you lived here all your life then?
Except for the times I was born in Los
Yeah.
Angeles, but except for when I'm traveling around the military or short periods of work, yes.
Okay. So I'm guessing you feel like this is benefited your life. Like you feel that like being in the military has been a good benefit to you.
Oh, very, very good benefit. It really is. It allows, I think it's helped develop me as a person, leadership skills, management skills. The friends I've met in the military are still my best friends. Friends from the Marine Corps, friends from the Army Reserve. Still some of my best friends. So, and we're all over the country. We still talk to each other. We meet each other. every few years.
So, like, what kind of things did you guys do when you were over there? Would you guys have downtime, and like, what would you do?
It's amazing because for me, I run. I get on, I put music on, I'll go find the treadmill and I'll run. Used to run on the road, but
Yeah.
my knees are killing me these days. So I get on the treadmill, it's pushing, and I'll run. Or like this last year, I did a year of graduate school online because I got the ability. You can do that now on the computer.
That's good.
So I've got 1 year of graduate school done. So I not get much sleep because I'd be up at midnight, 2 in the morning doing homework.
No cheese sauce.
So people, they read, play guitar, exercise a lot because that one helps keep stress down and everything else. Just spend time with each other, have fun, learning about each other.
I don't think I captured this. You were telling the story about how like you're touring the girl around. You got the picture thing. You want to tell that again?
Okay. So we have chaplain comes to visit, comes out to make sure, and ours is a female chaplain. So she came to visit, and they have a chaplain's assistant, like a bodyguard, that's not supposed to leave them. Well, he let me take her away. So we're walking down the road on base, and she stopped to take some pictures. While taking pictures, the rockets start coming in overhead. So they explode like 50 yards away, 35, 50 yards away, and she's taking pictures of them exploding. So it's kind of, then we walk toward the shelter after that.
So like, you found that you're like conditioned to those type of things. Were there like, any other things that you're like kind of conditioned to that you wouldn't think that you would have?
Well, yeah, no one really panics when the attacks happen or the explosions happen. Everybody does what they're supposed to do. And
so do you, like, how well prepared do you guys feel when you guys are there? Do you guys feel like...
I would say that everybody's extremely well prepared. Besides for, like in the reserves, we meet